Hey there, guys. We're going to go back to Mimicrys and we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to show off some big damage numbers. So we're going to turn on all the modifiers except for the HP lock for two reasons. For one thing, I don't have enough EX levels with this team. But more importantly, I want to show you how much damage you can do in a single burst turn and then look at the damage chart. So we're going to take this team, just like the big boy fire damage dealers, and we're going to just OTK the boss with all modifiers except the HP lock in one round. Now, with this team, you could absolutely and definitely turn on the last modifier and easily make it a rank 1 clear if you had enough EX levels. Now, during the setup, I'm not going to explain what I'm doing so much. I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to talk about the idea behind the team. So one thing that a lot of people tell me when they look at my my damage spreadsheet is, how come Duane looks so high on your spreadsheet, but in the clears I see his final damage number is usually not as high as you would think looking at the spreadsheet. That's because Duane is a unit that kind of requires a lot of setup. He's not specifically a damage per turn unit like 2B or something. If you want damage per turn for a trial, something like 2B is what you're looking for. 2B can do consistent damage per turn with extremely minimal setup. And then you can use things like Entrust to really spam the damage. Duane is more of like a damage dealer that does a lot of damage, but after setup. So for this clear, because my Duane is only EX2, we have to go all the way to turn 6 for his maximum damage, and that's a little bit irritating, because he is EX2. So 1 second, let me go ahead and do all of this. I'm talking while doing all this. Anyway, yeah, so because my Duane is EX2, we're going to go to turn 4, get his SLB. Turn 5, we're going to do all his modifiers. And then turn 6, we are going to do the big extreme burst damage. And then we're going to compare everyone's damage to see how they rank with a single damage report of a 1-turn burst instead of comparing multiple bursts, etc. Because like in a normal clear, 2B will do like 3, maybe 4 LBs, while Duane is spending a lot of time doing his setup, which is a little bit more irritating. And we'll go ahead and do all this. Lena can shift. Let's see. And at EX3, Duane can do 1 second, these two, and Bar for Raja. Yeah, Lilith, SLB, and Duane will Oath. And then whatever. Okay. Yeah, so Duane is going to get all the damage. And, if my Lena was like EX3, and then I had like an EX3 Duane, Rain, or Cleome, I could turn on the final modifier, and this party could very, very easily clear the boss after the threshold. It'd be no problem at all. It's just that, my EX levels are too low to do that. So, whatever. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and shift Sylvie. It does take a little bit to get to turn 4 to do all this, but we're gonna do it. And we're gonna just like OTK the boss from full. Let's see here. Whoops. What are we doing? It's turn 4. What is Lilith doing on turn 4? I forget. Where's my turn chart at? Oh yeah, duh. Omni Cover, Rapture, and Bar Darkja. Okay, one more turn. And the boss does do a little bit more damage. As I actually probably shouldn't be doing all this chaining, but whatever. The boss does do more damage the longer the fight goes on, so going to turn 6 for your first burst will make your party take a decent chunk more damage than usual, but, whatever. We're fine. We're dealing with it. Alright, so the final turn of setup, and then we will get some big burst going on. So that, and clear that attack and magic buff. We'll do this. Let's see. Lilith will hold on you. 1, 2. This. Where's Rain at? Rain will. Let's see. Armor, unyielding, and big amplify. Lilith will do cover, betrayal, and imbue the boss. Duane will do all his special stuff. And yeah, so now we have Duane's 450 stats for the party, as well as we have the 350 LB buff. Duane has his 150 amplify. He's got his modifier buff from his SLB. So at this point, we are now good to go for a maximum possible burst. And let's see how much damage we can deal. Okay, here we go. Everyone's full powered. So Sylvie is going to triple Absolute Mirror of Equity to chain with Rain once he finishes his autocasting, who will do LB. Lena will just Extreme Nova support chain. Cleone will do her fully powered LB. So will Lilith, and so will Duane. So let's deal some damage and see what kind of damage we can deal. And here it goes. So, and there it is. And the damage we dealt in one burst, 6.3 billion damage burst turn. 6.3 billion after setup. And again, if I had the EX levels, I could extremely easily finish off that fight. We've got Sylvie and we've got Lilith on the party. The boss would be a joke. It'd be a joke to finish off in phase 2. I just didn't have the EX levels to turn it on. And damage breakdown. So here you go. This is what I was talking about when I said that Duane does very, very high damage. EX2 Duane, EX2 Rain, EX2 Cleome, and EX3 Lilith. Keep in mind, Lilith only had a 45 amplify. The other 3 damage dealers had a 150% amplify. Actually, Lilith had an 85 amplify. The rest of the party had an 190 amplify, because they had the field, Lena's field of plus 40. So there it is. So Duane did 2.8 billion in a burst. Flaring Rain did 2.2. Cleome did 1.4, and Lilith did 1.1. So there is some damage breakdowns. Also keep in mind, Lilith, not only did Lilith have a bad amplify compared to the rest of the party, she also scales on defense, and Rain's leader scale is a lot worse on Lilith. But there it is. There is some damage breakdown. I wish I had 2 more EX levels to turn on that final modifier, and I could have made it into a rank 1 clear to really, really show it off. You know, 6.3 billion on a rank 1 clear. Oh, that last modifier. But you've seen the fight. You guys know how easy the fight is. This team, like Lilith plus Sylvie, could go this fight forever, and you'd never die, and it'd be totally fine. But it's just we don't have the EX levels to do it. Anyway, I'll go ahead and show you the gear of the party that we used. So Duane, my EX2 Duane, 15.4 attack power. There's the setup. He is maxed on everything. Maxed LB, maxed Beast, maxed Stone. Lilith, right here. Damage, LB damage versus Beast and Stone. She was also our tank, 11.9 defense, maxed Beast and maxed Stone. Cleome in the base form, 14 magic, EX2, a lot of killers, and there it is, and then a card for morale, and then she's at maxed LB, maxed Beast, maxed Stone. Flaring Rain in the shift form is at 16,000 attack power. There it is. Maxed LB, maxed LB, maxed Beast, and maxed Stone Killer. And then Sylvie, whatever, morale fill, who cares. And then Lena, morale fill, who cares. And I gave her Extreme Nova for support chaining, shift form as well. She was the field, and she was also our 88% breaker. So, okay, there was 6.3 billion damage. Could have been a rank 1 clear. Wish I could have. And anyway, so that's what I've been talking about Duane is a really high burst damage. He's not the greatest for consistent turn-by-turn damage. But his burst damage is really freaking high if you do all his setup. Okay, see you in a bit.